Hey guys, Tightrope here, bringing you a 1v1 on Semoskiy Winter. Today's match is between Gluhoman. I don't think he's actually COH2's main balancer, but it's in his name as well. He's playing as US Forces, and his loadout is Rifle Company, Airborne Company and Infantry Company. And he's matching up against Stormless, playing as OKV. And his doctrine loadout is Breakthrough, Special Operations and Scavenge. And he's actually got 3 Jaeger bulletins stacking here, so I'll be surprised if he picks anything other than Scavenge. And this is actually a very good map for Scavenge. Of course it has the infiltration grenades, which are good at clearing the large amount of garrisons in this map. Probably OKW's best weapon against garrisons in the early game. And Jaegers are quite good at counter harassing. There's this house up here, this one here at the top, this one here, which is good at harassing those points on the far ends of the map. Excuse me. And there's one down here as well.
Rifle squad ready for action.
So that can be good for the cut-off maneuvers. But we'll see if that's what Stormless selects. And that's fully what I expect him to. We see Gluhoman has gone for 2 re-echelons, gaining some capping power. Has managed to gain control of this all too important house here for Semoskiy Winter. It's going to be a slow-paced engagement, but those re-echelons will probably lose eventually. There's only 3 windows out of that house. They just pinged one of those Volks Grenadier squads, so maybe they will be able to win. Riflemen capping the centre. I see that Stormless behind this truck. Decide to reposition. There's a lot of deep snow around here, can make manoeuvring in and out of this garrison quite treacherous. Stormless has put down his battle group headquarters now. This is a pretty common location for it. If you're going to place it anywhere other than your base. It's got some good line of sight blocking here. Stern Pioneer's doing some nasty damage to these re-echelons in the house. They gotta get the hell out of here. Oh, just in the nick of time. Oh, but at the same time these Volks may go down to these rifles. Deep snow here. And they, I'd say that's quite lucky that they managed to get away there. Still, despite going for 2 rear echelons, Gluhoman is doing pretty poor in terms of map control. Doesn't have a fuel, doesn't have munitions. Stormless did manage to capture this and briefly connect it, but Gluhoman did disconnect it with this cut-off maneuver here. Neither player has been contesting the top side of the map at all to date. These riflemen get awfully low, they're dropping models like crazy. And have to disengage, should be fine. Yep. Finally a squad's going towards the top. These re-echelons have just sat in this church the whole time. I can understand not wanting to lose that garrison, it is quite an important one, but I think those re-echelons would have been better spent capping the top side of the map. And slow engagement going on down here between Riflemen and Volks Grenadiers. These Volks will be able to reinforce from here, so it's kind of the unstoppable force versus the unmovable object. Very slow paced engagement. And this has also been garrisoned by some Volks. Stern Pioneer soft retreating to the battle group headquarters for reinforcement and healing. Looks like these rifles trying to make a play for this. Point. And as you can see, Gluhoman is queued up as M20. And I think those rifles do count as being covered in that kind of trench there. But I could be wrong. Stern Pioneers close the distance. He is moving around to this side, which allows for the 5th rifleman to fire. Probably would have been best if he stayed on this side, but... And those rifles are taking huge damage in that house. Sternpires can be quite lethal when they get up close. Another idea would have been to move the Sternpires over to this side and try to catch those rifles when they jumped out of the garrison for their retreat. Try and wipe them there. That could have been a good play. Still, Gluhoman has done quite well. He's managed to push off those Volks from this garrison here. Cap the fuel. He's got the top fuel as well, so Stormless is in a bit of trouble fuel-wise at the moment. Has got the Raketenwerfer at the ready, and that's going to be good against this M20. There come the armoured skirts. If you don't get the armoured skirts, it's very susceptible to small arms fire. Certainly increases its durability. Also gives the US forces something to do with all the early game munitions. M20 does minor damage to those Stern Pioneers in the house. Those rifles back there should be reinforcing, but there's quite a few engagements going on. Fighting position was getting distracted there, but the Raketenwerfer catches that and knocks it out. M20 tries to get up close on the SOS, tries to knock it out, but the Raketenwerfer was there to repel, and the second shot actually hit the garrison there, so M20 makes a lucky escape. Rifles up here at the top, about to run into these Volksgrenadiers.
Volksgrenadiers back to full strength. Enemy fire! Infantry attacking in force! Crossfire!
Looks like Gluhoman was the fastest to react to this. And in close range, riflemen will definitely beat the Volksgrenadiers. Oh, did I miss something? No, oh, Lieutenant's dead.
We've lost a squad of infantry.
I don't know what happened there. And Stormless, while he's busy typing poor Lieutenant, he also lost a squad. So that's all the squad wipes now.
Men are focused on
Where did the Lieutenant go down? I have no idea. Paratroopers drop down here. I wonder which direction he's going to go in terms of upgrades. Thompson's or M1919s. Thompson's are actually very good in close range. They actually do the most damage of any weapon in close range, I believe. But unlike shock troops, paratroopers do not have armour, so they're not quite as durable in those close quarters engagements. And he has decided to go for the 1919s. More expensive, but they also give you access to the defensive stance, which has been very popular recently. You see everybody using it. Fair enough, it cools down quickly. It gives you troops cover. It's quite a nifty ability.
The static post is now in operation.
Schwer goes up here, right just in the range of this garrison, so
Combat unit ready.
it's going to be hard for Gluhoman to hold on to that. The only reason it's not firing now is the Schwer doesn't have sight. As soon as Stormless moves a squad up there, he should be able to get away, and he has gone scavenged now, quite late. Built himself a squad of Jaegers from here. Okay, that's weird. Really would jumping them out of a building somewhere, but oh well.
Promotion! Enemy destroyed! Command level capabilities ready for deployment.
All these riflemen get a bit too close to the Schwer and they're going to have to retreat. Paratroopers make their presence felt. 1919's blasting away. Oh, in goes a grenade, but that's well dodged by Stormless. Infiltration grenades on the church. Knock that out. The Echelons managed to get out in time though. And you see how powerful those infiltration grenades are at clearing a garrison. The church was on probably about 4/5 health and just one lob of grenades knocked it out from a 5-man squad. Stern Pioneers hop the wall and try and close into close range on the paratroopers, doing some good damage here. They're not on cover from this direction, I don't believe. At least 3 of the models went. They're suppressing fire, but they're just taking far too much damage before that happened, before they got suppressed, and they do get chased off. Gluhoman's fielding his first Sherman now. Pretty much cookie cutter play by Gluhoman. There's a build order. Also going with airborne. Probably one of the most common commanders as well.
Losing a capture point.
M20 is in a bit of peril down here at the bottom. Probably not. He popped smoke. Still going to take one more. No, that Shriek hits the ground. He's got armor-piercing rounds on at the moment though, so I'm pretty sure. Yep, he's switching over now. Still, Gluhoman has held the fuel excellently up to this point. Both fuels for most of the game, in fact. Stormless, you can see, he's on a very, very limited amount of fuel income. Very little in the bank. Does have the option to go for obers now, but seeing as there's a Sherman on the field, he does indeed have to pick up another Rakettenwerfer to deal with that.
Rocket grenade! Get down! Sherman, taking fire! Fire on the optics!
Oh no, Sherman detonates that mine there. Lucky for Gluhoman, no. Could have been dicey otherwise. There was this Rakettenwerfer here, not too far away, and this one, well actually, it's got to run through all the snow, so that probably wouldn't have been able to engage, but certainly a shame for your munitions to go down like that. These riflemen should jump in cover. Sherman comes to even the odds though. Rakettenwerfer is about to jump into this garrison here to fire on it. Taking a while to set up. There it goes. It's a nice shot off on the Sherman. Sherman doesn't actually have the 50 cal upgrade, which is a bit of a surprise. Taking 2 shots on that Rakettenwerfer, still in the range of it. Just get your Sherman out of there. What are you doing? He just got a gift miss there. Main gun destroyed. That is one of the luckiest Shermans I've ever seen. He just sat it there forever. So lucky in the range of that Rakettenwerfer, and the Rakettenwerfer gets a snipe there, and then that Panzerschreck missing, and then main gun destroyed. That's like the trifecta of luckiness there.
Overrunning one of our capture points.
Grenade forces those Sternpires to retreat.
Ready. Send orders.
Still, that engagement did manage to afford Stormless a bit of room to start some capping, at the very least. Oh, major artillery got called down on this garrison, destroyed it. I was wondering why. I was like, what kind of artillery strike is that? So rare that you see the major artillery strike called in, because to be honest, it's not very good for how much it costs. But I mean, it's non-doctrinal, so you can understand why it's a bit poor compared to the doctrinal choices. Sherman gonna nail these Jaegers. Probably gonna die here. I'm not sure what he's up to. Gonna duke around, maybe afford his Rakinwithers some time to get into position, and down it goes. Oh, they're not too expensive. Oh, actually they are. 300 manpower. I thought they were a bit cheaper than that. I thought they had a bit cheaper. Stormless has his first squad of overs on the field finally. Doesn't have the required amount of munitions to upgrade with the LMG though. Still, Stormless should be able to engage effectively from behind this wall. Oh no! Suppressing fire on the ogres. Managed to suppress both squads in fact. Is that a Scot? And both shots at the wall there. Kenworther moves in and repels it. He's going to go for a barrage from behind the church. Those overs are getting mighty low. They're forced to retreat. Oh, nasty hit from that barrage. Oh, and the Rakinwerfer gets decrewed. That was the Vet 2 Rakinwerfer. It goes down with a nice barrage there. And things are looking mighty good for Gluhoman. Stormless still only at 100 fuel. Forward retreat point up here, covered by a fighting position with some re-echelons in it. So they'll be able to use rifle grenades. Sherman chases slightly. It's got out of the arc of fire that Rakinworth, and down it goes. More manpower down the drain for Stormless. He's in a bit of trouble here. Has managed to regain the fuel for at least a brief window, but Riflemen are quickly about to change that fact. I was like, what squad is that running off down there? But it was just, I think it was one of the crew members from the Rakinwerfer. Both Rakinwerfers moving up. This is a good idea, rather than spreading them out, focus their fire down. And that's a fresh Sherman for Gluhoman now. Looks like he wants to try and close the show shortly. Still going to have a hard time pushing this Schwer HQ though. Could do with a field gun, maybe if he power dropped in an AT gun. And be able to fire away on that Schwer from a safe distance. The Scot probably doesn't do enough damage to effectively wail on that Schwer HQ. Oh man, another Rakinwerfer gets cleared. They've just been trying to clear out this fighting position. It hasn't been going well. Both Rakinwerfers go down. That's a real shame. And it's, I keep saying this, but it's looking tough for Stormless. May consider going for the Jagdpanzer at this point. He's only 5 fuel away from that. Bit tough to maneuver the Jagdpanzer through this village, but I'd say saving up for the Panther may be a bit of a stretch. Luckily, Stormless has managed to keep hold of this VP at the bottom for pretty much the entire match, so he's not bleeding VPs too drastically at this point. And I'm actually surprised he's gone for the Rekenworth, but that could be a good way of clearing out the COH2 actually. At the very least it will deny his opponent from recrowing it. Looks like this... I thought they were going to try fire on the fighting position, but it has been repaired by the re-echelons that are crowing it. I'd be surprised if Gluhoman doesn't decide to just destroy that Rekenworth. Oh man, that Sherman is doing some nasty damage. 21 kills. Still, Stormless has done a pretty good job in preserving his Volks Grenadiers. He's got 2 of them up to Vet 4 now, which is very good. You can see them repairing and healing themselves in the field. Still, Gluhoman is having trouble closing the show. He's floating up a bit of manpower now. Don't know if he knows what to do next. He's got decent infantry squads, decent armor company, so he's got to decide what to do next. As I said, dropping in an M1, using it to fire on the COH2 from a safe distance would be my play at least, but as you may know, I really like going 2 M1s and pushing OKW headquarters aggressively. That's my go-to play. Gluhoman still has, he's still got 25 pop cap in the bank. Has saved enough for a P-47 rocket strafe though, so that's good. As soon as Stormless tanks arrive on the field, they'll have that extra foible to deal with. Sherman goes hunting on the Shrek squad. Buys this one instead, and that'll have to do. Gives it a mighty punch in the face. Looks like he's going to chase. Oh, that shot misses. And he decides to disengage. There's actually nothing that... Could have got one more shot off, I feel. Nothing to stop him from doing so. And this is a bit of a risk here. He's repairing his Sherman, this vehicle crew, and if we turn on fog of war, you can see that Stormless does have sight of that, so certainly an advantageous play to make, but a risky one. And it looks like Stormless is sending his obers over there to try and snipe the crew. Oh, but they get in just in the nick of time. And there's nothing worse than having one of your repairing vehicles getting found out and having the crew killed, and then the enemy steals your armor. It's one of the worst feelings you can ever experience as US forces, for sure. Stormless did not go for the Jagdpanzer. He just turtled up and is fielding a Panther that'll be here shortly.
Ready to provide support.
He did briefly have enough for 105mm howitzer barrage. Scavenger artillery is actually pretty decent, so we'll see if that comes into play in this match, or if he just uses it for other munitions expenditures. Certainly things have got a bit more difficult now for Gluhoman. Seeing as there's a Panther on the field, he's got 3 Sherman tanks. So if they all use the armor-piercing rounds, they will be able to deal with it. It'll all come down to how the engagements go. Whether there's Volksgrenadier with Shrek support or what the Raketenwerfers are doing. And Panther misses 2 shots in a row. P-47's coming in on the Panther. I'm not sure he's noticed yet. Now he hears that rumbling. Couple shots land. Oh, this one's damaged the HQ, knocked out this house there. So that was pretty lucky for Stormless there, really. He gets out of the circle. So there will probably be no further strafes by these planes. And of course, since the base flak structures had their chance to shoot down planes greatly reduced. I want to see where that crashed. I think it might have crashed off now. Since they had those yeah, when Stormless is mentioning it now as well, since they had those base structures ability to shoot down planes, nerf P-47 is slightly more effective now. May be able to get an extra pass or 2 in. The Schwer HQ itself though still remains the plane destroying machine it always has been. And this is the problem, there's no space in Gluhoman's force for a Jackson, which would be a much safer counter at the very least to the Panther with its excellent range and penetration. He could do the old trick of decrewing, and that looks like that's what he's doing. Decrewing his vehicles, reducing the pop cap. It all looks like that paratrooper, Vet 3 paratroopers go down there to some inattentive play, runs right into the Schwer HQ and all of this Axis forces, all of these Axis forces. Sherman tanks doing some nasty shots, but not too nasty, don't actually wipe many models, do quite a bit of damage. Jaegers continue to operate mainly in a harassment role, just capping this point. Still Stormless is managing to hold on to his fuel for a bit longer. At the moment, that Jackson's about to be completed. And there it is. So yeah, I'm not sure if I finished my thought, but you can decrew your tanks as US forces when you get to your population limit, and then recrew them and actually exceed the set population limit. Now it has done nothing to fix this, so that's definitely an intended feature. And we can see that Gluhoman's going to take full advantage of that. Gluhoman is a bit low on infantry now that he's lost that squad of paratroopers, Vet 3 paratroopers. And he's being very static with his armor, so all just sitting around here, giving the Panther plenty of time to get repaired. Seems he's just being a bit timid here. He's got plenty in the bank. If something goes wrong, he should make some plays. Get a bit more aggressive, try and push down that Schwer HQ. He's allowing Stormless into the game by not pushing home his advantage and really trying to finish the game off right here. Not sure why he's so scared of. There's basically only 2 Volksgrenadier squads here. Coming for a crush. Oh, those Volks, they just dance out of the way. I don't know how they did that. Vet 2 Sherman's getting quite low. Disengaged. Panther's coming in. I don't know what he was thinking there, going for the chase. Oh, scavenge artillery on the forward retreat point there. There's a nice play. Nice play by Stormless, doing that while his opponent was busy trying to micro his Sherman tanks. And Gluhoman has decided to field a fresh set of paratroopers now. There's the Jackson. Oh, it's over here. Oh, a nice shot. Nearly up to Vet 1. Probably one more penetrating shot will get him there. And he was slightly moving then. I think that was the reason why that shot missed. Gluhoman does need to build a fresh ambulance and another major if he wants to keep his forward retreat point strategy working. Scott's doing alright, up to 11 kills, Vet 2. Certainly good against the Rakedenwerfer at the very least. Oh, these riflemen are getting mighty low to the Jaegers, they might snipe him. Right, they get to safety. Gluhoman could also consider building a munitions cache or two. Save up for some more P-47s. In comes the ambulance and a second Jackson. It's fair enough. 2 Jacksons can really punish Panther, but at the same time Stormless having control over the bottom sector. It's pretty decent fuel income at the moment, and he's not too far away from a second Panther. Certainly 2 Panthers will be a mighty force. Hard for Gluhoman to deal with without the P-47 strafe. Oh, Sherman gets a nice hit on the Jaegers. Just about to go down. Jackson gets a shot on the side of the Panther as it tries to chase Scott. Oh, 2 nice shots. I'd say this is a good opportunity now for Gluhoman to make a push. His second Jackson's just arrived. Panther's down to half health. He's got 1 full health Sherman, the other one's being repaired. He's using armor piercing rounds though. He needs to load the high explosives. Leave the tank duels to the Jacksons. And he has changed rounds now. Jackson's going to get a nice shot. No, misses that one. And the Sherman almost goes down. What happened to that second Jackson? Is it just... Oh yeah, it's just sitting over here. He's now got to join the party, get in on the action. Vet 2 Panther though. Don't want to face up against that bad boy. Stormless wary of M20 mines. He's got some minesweepers up, but I did not see any being planted by the M20 while it was on the field. This is usually a location. Oh yeah, there's one set there. That's probably the most common place to put them. Fresh Jackson is not on hold fire, gives away its position. Panther moves in anyway, it's going to take a nasty walloping by both of those. Stormless needs to get that out of there. This is the chance right here. Doesn't chase. And I feel like Gluhoman has opened the door for Stormless to get back into this game with his incredibly large amount of time we spent doing very little. While Stormless was waiting for that Panther to come out. Stormless now has the fuel for another Panther, if he can save up the manpower. He's got enough room in his population cap as well. Finally Gluhoman's going to try to do something about these points down the bottom.
Under attack!
Surprised you didn't send one, just like one Sherman down here to guard this, and left the other one up here guard that. While there was no armour on the field. I was getting a nice burst off on those paratroopers.
Grenadiers back. The weapon team is back to full strength.
Jacksons weren't on hold fire after they got decrewed and repaired. That's something you have to keep in mind. Got to re-engage the hold fire mode once you recrew your vehicles as US forces. Finally, Gluhoman's doing something about Stormless's fuel, but actually, what has Stormless done? He had extra fuel. Oh, he's putting down a mechanized regiment. I was thinking he had 180 fuel last time I checked. So we could be seeing a King Tiger. I imagine that's what Stormless is thinking, and certainly that would be a mighty team. Panther and the King Tiger against the current US forces army. Against any army really, that's a deadly combination. Still, Gluhoman has managed to just about save up enough for another P-47, so he's got that up his sleeve if Stormless over-engages with his tanks or he receives engine damage, something like that. Certainly seems like a bit of a waste of munitions to just use it in other circumstances. Stolen Kenworth actually gets a penetrating shot off on that Panther. Jackson's trying to close in on the Panther. And the garrison there, oops. It's like Stormless wants to chase. Needs to move this Jackson behind this house, otherwise it's going to get taken out by his next Panther shot. Why is he chasing with that low health Jackson? There's a Vet 2 Jackson. A bit clumsy there by Gluhoman. I know how this goes though. You start getting towards the later game, start making some less than ideal decisions. Still got a bit in the bank, and he's going to field another Jackson. So I feel like the tide has turned. I feel as though Stormless is in control of this match now. Unless he loses this Panther somehow, which seems unlikely at the moment. Oh no, don't stop your Sherman right there. Keep going, keep going. Oh, Jackson misses a shot. Panther moves in for a killing blow, I think, on the Sherman. Just been sitting there. No, Jackson gets too close to this Rakedenwerfer. Takes a shot. Main gun destroyed, but there's only this Rakedenwerfer to try and get rid of this. Down goes another Jackson. He's actually rather lucky that the Sherman didn't go down there as well. P-47's come in, but it's far too late. And in far too of a defensive position there. If he'd done it here, maybe he could have got another strafe off, but there's no such luck, and that was a bit of a panic, P-47. Probably should have done that earlier in the engagement if he wanted to do it. And this Panther has traded extremely well up until this point. Definitely the MVP of the game. Taking out so many of Gluhoman's tanks. Is this a late game M20? Or was that the same M20 from, I mean, it's Vet 1. Got the armoured skirts. I can't imagine that he would upgrade the armoured skirts on it. Maybe I just completely didn't notice it. Maybe made a new one, I don't know. Scott continues to fire away. Kenworth up to Vet 3's now got camouflage. runs end on into that paratrooper squad though. Has to retreat.
Orders complete.
Let's drop on a fresh set of paratroopers over here. Take a little bit of damage on the way down.
Enemy Panzer! Field promotion!
Sherman goes in deep, wanting to wipe out these Shrek squads. Panther has been repaired. It's up to Vet 4 now. And I really feel like Gluhoman's let this game slip through his fingers with some passive play when he had the advantage. Really need to push down that Schwer HQ when he had the chance. Now this Panther's just been wreaking havoc, and goes another 105mm howitzer barrage. It's going to do some huge damage, I feel. Well, knocked out the firing position. I'd say that Raketenwerfer got extremely lucky that none of those shots landed on it. It's kind of just everywhere but where the Raketenwerfer was standing. Oh no, Scott's going to go down here as well. Panther's just got free reign, hiding in the smoke as well. This Sherman's AFK. Going to get prepared in a rather risky position as well. Similar to this one, he's lucky that Panther didn't decide to continue its push. Still, Stormless is just about got enough fuel for the King Tiger. And that will be the nail in the coffin for Gluhoman. Oh no! What I was saying earlier, the worst feeling as US forces just happened. Vehicle crew got killed by the Panther quite quickly in fact, and now that Sherman's gonna go down. Stormless should maybe consider salvaging some of these wrecks. Try to bump up his fuel. Still, I imagine he feels like he's got the upper hand at the moment. That's certainly true if we look at army counts, 51 versus 69. And that's 69 with a King Tiger on the way, so...
Grenade! Infantry enemy flanking us!
Oh, whoa, was that a Panzerschreck shot? Wiped out 3 of those paratroopers. Damn, that was nasty. And they call GG. So what I was saying, I feel like Gluhoman was too passive. He did a very good job in the early game, and then just let it slip away from him in the middle game, playing too passively. He had 3 Sherman tanks and a Scott, and he just didn't push that Schwer HQ. As I suggested, one option would have been to paradrop in the M1 to try and help him push that more effectively. And then comes the King Tiger that pushes him up to close to 90 population now. And that's all I have to say. If you would like your game to be cast by me, check the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you for the next thrilling installment. Catch you later.